Oh, 1, 2, 3, and a place to be, all the way live from the bottom of the map.
The bottom of the map.
It's your player partners, and the place to be. It's your dog is real,
It's your homeboy Ike Hayes.
and you already know what time it is. We're about to get right into it. Came out with a victory this weekend over
Yeah.
Clemson. First win for Mario Cristobal in the ACC at home. He is now 1-5 at home. I couldn't believe that he hadn't won any games at home versus any
That's
ACC
crazy.
opponents, which is very crazy. But they got the double overtime win against Clemson. Um,
Let's talk about the good first, and then let's get to the bad. Because I don't want to seem like no hater. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying. I watch a lot. I watch a lot of the rest of the podcast, and I feel like if you say anything, you feel me, about Mario or any critique, they looking at you like you's a hater. So let's get them boys their props. Like, what did you like? What would you feel like the good points?
well, let me get a quick stat so we could just have some points of reference. So Emory Williams, of course, got the start for TVD. Emory Williams with 24 of 33 for 151 yards with one touchdown, one interception, which wasn't his fault, so we're not going to
At
blame
all.
it on him.
At
Um,
you know.
Miami had a decent rushing game. Wasn't nothing spectacular, but it ended up with 151 yards rushing. They did get back to the stout run defense. They held Clemson to a total of 31 yards rushing. But Cade Klubnik did have 314 yards passing, two
Hold
touchdowns.
on. Repeat that rushing again. Repeat how many yards they had
They
rushing.
had a total. Clemson had a total of 31 yards rushing with an average of zero point 0.9 yards per carry.
Man, clap that shit the fuck up. Nah, so it's safe to say, bitch, you ain't running nothing up in here. You feel me? You don't run shit. You know how your hoe tell you don't run shit? Nah, you don't run shit. Okay, so that's what's up. That's what's up.
So the point of reference is, there was some good and there was some bad. So like you said, you want to start with the good. The good was the defense. And the defensive line, stood up and they did their thing. I think we got a star in the making in, Bain. I mean, we've been talking about him. He's been showing up, but this game he looked dominant. We've been talking about Leonard
That
Tate
boy looking like
also.
Bane in the Batman.
He
He
looking
just
like Boy, I mean, he looking like I ain't gonna fry. I seen a couple plays where that boy's looking like a young Reggie White out there, like just throwing
I heard the
offensive
new
linemen.
I heard the fucking analyst say that shit too. He
He,
fucking tossed the old lineman like he wasn't nothing. Like, bitch, get out of here. I'm finna get to him.
yeah. So like defensive line, we've been looking for defensive line. Who's gonna be the person that stands out. They have been doing like a rotation. You see Harrison Hunt, Jafari Harvey. You see Kelly.
Messidor.
You see I think Messidor's been hurt for a while, but you
Yeah.
see the names, but you see like who's going to be the alpha dog on the offensive line, and I think we got him. I think he had a strip sack. I think he had another sack, a bunch of Harrys. He was in the backfield all night, so that boy, if Luke was on the sideline, trick boy, hey, take that boy to Tootsie's. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
that
boy
boy got
earned the
that
night.
dog in him. That's how that boy be like, I got the he got that dog in him. And yeah, I felt like the motherfucking whole game, but he was like, yeah, I got a meeting at the quarterback. Don't see me there, beat me there. And you feel me? Shout out to Leonard Taylor too, because I felt like
Mhm.
now that Bane is good, that's gonna motherfucking step up the play of everybody else. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I really was fucking impressed. I was like, this boy living in the backfield, like he is he possessed? This motherfucker here, yeah, and this nigga a freshman. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. They get one more body on that defensive line, boy. That shit there. Okay. Okay. So yes, I was impressed. Hella impressed.
I gotta give a shout out because we've been on him like all season to Corey Couch. He wasn't out there just making boneheaded plays. He wasn't trying to jump routes.
You
Um,
ain't gambling?
he wasn't gambling. He actually made a couple of good plays, couple of good pass breakups. No, pass interference calls. So one time for Corey Couch out there doing his thing. Jaden Davis also got back to being himself. I think last week he was just getting out of position a lot. This week they went at him. They went at his head. They threw like a good number of jump balls his way. I know they ended up catching one on him, but outside of
And that
that,
receiver is taller than him. To be fair about it, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I watch a lot of other podcasts. Some of them, I think, you know what I'm saying, coach breakdown plays. The rest of them just be talking shit. They came at him because that receiver had 2 or 3 inches on him. Jaden Davis ain't nothing but 5'9". That boy ain't nothing but 5'9", 5'10". He's our height. So I mean, I felt like as an offensive coordinator, yes, I'm coming at your head. And like you said, the one catch that Buddy did make, which there was one where they gave it on his side and he missed the tackle, but nobody's asking for these players to be perfect. He did a damn motherfucking good job. I was really fucking with him and the defense as a whole. I felt like these boys really played fucking good. And I felt like all season we've been riding their ass. And I'm like, damn, you know what? He really fucking stepped up.
So, for the defense, that's the good. Is there, anybody else you want to shout out on the defense?
I know you, you feel me? Like you really going hard at the safeties. And while they weren't perfect, I did see great plays. I seen an interception by Cam Kitchens. You know what I'm saying? That's the 8th of his career. I also seen, you know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of good plays. Listen, where there's some you feel me? Some bad angle tackles for James Williams. Yes, that's his name, right? James Williams. Yeah, but I also seen a lot of good. You know, there were one time where, you know what, somebody did make a contested catch, but it was just great offense, great defense. They didn't play bad. Did they play perfect? No. Did the DBs play a little bit better? Was the motherfucking D-line elite? Yes, but they did not have a bad game. And they also made some crucial tackles. I definitely saw Cam Kitchens and James Williams make some crucial tackles where the runner was only basically able to get 2 or 3 yards. So I felt like overall, tackling has improved monumental. Manny didn't have them playing as good at tackles. Al Golden they had them tackling like that. So I do want to credit the motherfucking coordinators, and I'll give Mario Cristobal his props on that because besides Leonard Taylor, he recruited Bain. He has been known to build monster D lines. He had that in Oregon. I felt like he's doing the same thing here. So I have to give him all the props of that.
Only thing I want to say about Kitchens and James Williams is that I'm just holding them to a higher standard. I just think, sometimes they get caught too much, like staring in the backfield, not just keeping, their fundamentals. And when they get caught staring in the backfield, all you need is half of a second for a receiver to get behind you, a tight end to get up the middle. And I felt like that was happening a little bit in the game. And they were just, out of position some plays. Their tight end did have a pretty good game against us. James Williams, I just like for him because he's such an athletic freak, 6'5", 210. I think he just does a little bit too, like he leans a little bit too much on his athleticism. And sometimes he just gets out of technique, and sometimes technique will beat athleticism. So I just want him, I just want them to work on just, keeping their technique. And in some games, we got coming up, like against Florida State, the boys is going to have to be fundamental all the way through. So I'm just looking for them to, just get better each week. So, and Cam did have the interception. I did see them in the open field make some tackles. Where typically we've seen in the past where them boys couldn't tackle, a garbage truck coming at them full speed, on the open field. So them boys are out there tackling in the open field. So, that's a good thing. Just, we just trying to hold them to a standard, like, so you out there, you make a play or two, it's like, yeah, we're gonna clap it up for you, but we need y'all boys to be out there. We come from the Ed Reed, Sean Taylor era, you know what I'm saying? So we looking for y'all boys to be out there and really, shutting down your sides of the field. But other than that, yeah, I would clap it up. I would give, the defense a good grade, all the way around. Klubnik still had a pretty decent day against them, but the defense did. And also the last thing is they still letting they got it together for the most part, but Klubnik still was being able to break contain, get a couple of first downs. But that was a bugaboo for us. But I think they kind of got
that last play. He ain't break for shit. And shout out to Corey Flagg. He probably wasn't elite, but guess what? He saw that play. And if Klubnik gets more time to motherfucking scramble, they tie it up. We had the third overtime. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's gonna lead us into, I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, well, let's flip the side of the field to the offense. What'd you see good on the offense?
I mean, you starting a motherfucking rookie ass quarterback against Clemson. Now, there's somebody who done thrash your ass by 55 to zip. Like, this somebody that you should really have fucking smoke for. You know what I'm saying? I know the fans had to smoke for it. So I really want to clap his ass up because you're only going to be as good as the motherfucking coaching. So at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, bro, they throw you out that. So I feel like he did good. Did he have some errant throws? Yes, his ass did. Did his ass stare down some receivers that could have got picked off? Yes, but as the game progressed, he's starting to find his little swag. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I seen one of the handoffs, like, okay, he almost juggled that bitch. But as the game went on, the shit slowed down for him. I think as the game progressed, it got better for him. So I felt like, you know, that was a strong point. You know, the receivers did as usual. Kobe Young, stand the fuck out. He gonna get the jump ball. He gonna do his thing. I don't know the receiver that ran the fucking wrong route that made my dog have an interception.
That was Jacoby George.
Jacoby George be fucking up from time to time, but he's such a motherfucking exciting player. I'll fucking take the shit. Rashard Smith should have been getting motherfucking reps. We said that first game. Now all of a sudden we seeing him more. Running end rounds, run doing this. So you know what? I thought that was good. As you said, the beginning of the game, I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, misdirection. I'm getting all type of exciting shit. So I was like, okay, that's motherfucking cool. What else did you see that was good?
I did see Don Chaney starting to run hard. I think the thing that had been with between like Chaney, Parrish, Allen is that they're just not hitting the hole hard, and they're just getting, you know, a lot of tackles are happening like, you know, once they get hit, there's no yards after contact. You know, so they're not getting any yards after contact, and they're really not hitting the hole.
He dragged a couple of bitches for that one good run he had. He dragged some bitches. Okay.
So one thing I would say is Chaney was running hard. You seen him hitting the hole, he was hitting the motherfucking hole.
You know that's been my guy. You know, never since last year, dog done been injured. I was like, this is my guy. I like this boy. I feel like that boy went to Killian. I'm gonna go ahead and check it again, but I'm like, look, that's motherfucking Richmond Heights. I don't know that though. I'm gonna go look again, but I just my guy. I fuck with him. So
AJ Allen also, you know, when they needed to play, when they needed to get the touchdown, they got the touchdown. When they needed to get the 2-point conversion, he made a nice little jump cut, got to the end zone. So that's the type of things that you need them to do.
Right. And being that that was my other back though. You remember I was saying, well, I don't see him. So that's all I'm saying. I'm like, look, bro, the two backs that I have championed this whole motherfucking year, I just want to say, like, they won us the motherfucking game because we were gonna go run heavy. So really, they're the keys to the win. Love the receivers, love them, but really, this game is won on the defense and on the running game. Was it explosive? No. Was it steady? Yes. Did them niggas fumble? No.
And also putting Rashard Smith in the backfield, giving him a carry. He busted an 80-yarder, showboating at the end. He fumbled, but Jacoby George, you know, was right there.
Yeah, that's because my dog don't get the ball enough. They like, goddamn, see, I keep telling them, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck with me.
But yeah, you know, just good seeing, you know, Rashard Smith getting touches, Don Chaney running hard. You know, AJ Allen, when they need to get those yards, you know, when they needed to bust it in for the touchdown and for the 2-point conversion, they got it. And Emory Williams, we're gonna see. I'm not saying if TVD is ready to go next week, I think TVD plays. I don't think there's a quarterback controversy. I think Emory Williams, if, you know, Emory has to play next week, I think it'll be a good, you know, more reps for him. You know, the more experience, the more in-game reps.
I like them. I said I like them in the spring games. I felt like, oh, okay. I just be wanting to see somebody that, if given time, no, he's not athletic. What's your word? What you call that boy?
Call that boy a statue.
Yeah, and you know what? I ain't gonna dispute that. But in the game of college football and just football, period, we watching so many motherfucking quarterbacks like, this motherfucker ain't accurate. This motherfucker can't make, you know what I'm saying? Like, not the not Alabama quarterback, but he can't make throws inside of fucking 20 yards. Like, the basic fundamental is, bro, you got to be able to at least make the fucking throws. I can work on other shit. I can get you on pocket presence and all that shit. Bitch, can you make the throws? The motherfucker can make the throws. So I feel I'm happy because I have a motherfucker that can make the throws. Now, I do feel like
he can spin it. The boy can spin
it. Now, I will say this, though, and this is how, you know, and we're going to give the coaches a separate grade. Like, I'm not going to judge the team for that. I didn't see Ja'Cory Brown when they could have had packages for that man, and they would not, and what's the name would not have been fucking prepared. And if I know that at the house and I don't make no money, how much you get paid?
They were 8 mil, 9 mil, something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
get paid. So how much do we get paid?
Oh, we don't get paid shit. Not a
Exactly. So how in the fuck can I sit here and say, well, damn, TBD can't go. I got both of these quarterbacks. What's the name? Finna transfer. So you feel me? Like, let me just call it what it is. Dog finna transfer. Might be at Georgia State somewhere. I got fucking packages for you, dog. Guess what? We got special delivery. We gonna throw you in, and they don't know what you gonna do, and you gonna fucking run, and you gonna be able to get us things. So we're gonna fucking do that. And why are we gonna do that? Because we already had little scripted plays that we were working on or supposedly working on, right? Because TBD's working with the ones in practice. Well, everybody else getting those reps is there. So, I didn't want to jump into this, but I give the coaches, I give the defensive coordinator an A, I give the offense a C, and I just feel like, look, man, I'm not being hard on Mario, but when you get paid $8 million, bro, you can't make D's out here. You can't make D's. Why the fuck do you not have these coaches saying, okay, TBD's not ready to go? We've already been working on practice. We got 10 scripted plays. And for the life of me, bro, you have clock fucking management problems. If you can win this game in regulation, you win it in regulation. That's your job. You make the critical fucking decisions. Dog, don't disappoint them boys. Like, everybody's getting these grades, but as the man who gets paid $8 million, the man who fucked the clock up at Oregon so bad that they were chronically better with you, I wanted to see better management, and I really didn't see that. I saw somebody who's scared, and I'm like, scared? How much motherfucking money I pay you? Ain't no motherfucking scared. You get your ass out there, and you make a motherfucking decision. You be prepared for this shit. So, you know what I'm saying, man? I don't want to hog it all. I'm gonna let you get this man too. What did you think about Mario's coaching?
What's a passing grade? A 70, a 69, a 70.
Yeah,
Whatever it
69
might.
is a 70. Anything under a 70 is a D.
So he got like the last point, the last little bit right before the like a failing grade. Because if he failed, they'd have lost. So he was right under there, and that's it. That's all you got. Because clock management was terrible. Once again, you in the fourth quarter, you driving down the field, you have a timeout, you're on your own 40, it's 52 seconds left, and it takes you 30 seconds to run one play, and you run a running play. So you don't even give your team a chance to attempt to win it in regulation. All you had to do, try to make a couple first downs. If you got a couple of plays in there that you know that you could possibly use to get you a couple of first downs, you're on your own like 38. You probably need about 30 yards to get. And Borregales, he got a strong leg. Get like if Borregales misses a 52-yarder, then you go to overtime. Bump it. But you gave yourself a chance. You didn't even give yourself a chance. You didn't even have the team ready. You have 52 seconds left. It was crazy because the announcers was like, "This is horrible clock management. You have a timeout. You give yourself an opportunity to at least attempt. You didn't even give yourself an opportunity to attempt." And luckily you won in overtime, or else this would be another blunder they would be talking about. Because I don't know, maybe you were scared to put the ball in Emory Williams' hands. You were scared to, potentially it be on him and he makes a mistake. But scared money don't make none. You know what I'm saying? You're making 9 million. You gotta make the call and give the team a chance. You didn't get a team a chance. Them boys still came through in the end. That's why I don't really blame it on the players when it comes to these losses, because I think the players be out there trying to, doing whatever they can. But this coaching has been
You gave him a passing grade. I'm not going to give him a passing grade because had you played Florida State and got out coached, you would have fucking lost. And that's Mario's fucking problem now. Like, it's like a kid that, well, you could have got in trouble, but you didn't. So we're not going to teach you the lesson. We're going to wait till shit happens. That's why the fuck we're here. It can't be, well, we won, so we celebrated the win. But when your weakest fucking area is the coaching, I got to go hard on the coaching, because then what happens if you would have lost? And you very well could have lost. You've already gambled like this. So the fact that you won, to me, just goes to show you, to me, that you haven't learned your lesson, and that when we get in big games, you're going to mismanage the clock, losing overtime versus your Florida State, right? Go to your bowl game, play somebody good. And then what can we say? You should have did better? No, I'm saying that shit now. I'm saying that this is detrimental and I can't pass you. You get a fucking D- because you know better. You like a bad kid that keep getting in trouble, but you ain't got no jail time. So we like, well, you could. No. You make $8 million. You have coaching sessions. You went, hold on now. Hold on. Let's rewind here. You fucking were the old line at Alabama. We saw Nick Saban does not mismanage clocks. When Nick Saban loses, he just gets beat. There's not a whole bunch of this. So we're not these rabid ass fans that's like, oh my God, we lost. No, it's not about the win. It's not about the losses. It's how you're playing the fucking game. All right. $8 million. You have great coaches that you've been surrounded by. Your X's and O's have to get better. This can't, like I said, I'm happy with the kids. I'm happy with the assistant coaches, but I'm still looking at Mario like this would have been a fucking loss. This would have been a fucking loss. And we can't go off of that, oh, well, we won. So I'm no. And there was a point where he was happier than everybody else on the sidelines. And I was like, this guy really doesn't fucking get it. He doesn't fucking get it. He's not trying to learn.
He definitely seemed like he was just happy to get out of there. We got the win. We're out of here. It wasn't, and I seen the locker room celebration. Like, come on, man. Like, act like you've been here before. He is celebrating.
This
like,
is a bad Clemson team. This isn't Clemson with the same coordinator. So if they have better coordinators and Dabo has better, athletes from the motherfucking from the portal, then you get whooped. Then what is it? It's that when Mario loses, he has no reasons. When Mario wins, he has no reasons. Bruh, this is a guy I can't get behind, bruh. After being 20 years at a UM fan and knowing good coaching and knowing bad coaching, I just think our fans, now the fans at the game let his ass know that they were unhappy. And everybody in unison. So for these other podcasts to get up here and say, we got to win, I'm like, y'all don't know X's and O's and you don't know analytics and you're not looking at reasons. You're just like, we won, I don't know what to do. Okay, we lost, I don't know what to do. And it's like, bro, don't you care about how you win and how you lose? You don't see that. You don't want coaching your $8 million coach to be the reason that you lose games. You want the players to make a mistake here and there. You want to say you don't ever want it to come down to coaching. When we talk about good coaches, it doesn't matter that Kentucky been getting blowed out. Listen, Kentucky has a good coach. Players are going to come and go. There's going to be things that happen. Even everybody with the refs. Okay, yes, there was a safety that clearly should have been a safety. But that's not going to be my complaint. That's a part of the fucking game. It's your job of your coach not to get out-coached. When you do get out-coached, you get out-coached by an elite coach, okay? I just feel like Mario is still not giving y'all no reasons, and he's not showing you I can make better decisions than Oregon. He had dominant D-lines at Oregon. He had great O-lines at Oregon. He had great quarterbacks. Those teams didn't win because he didn't want to get good. He didn't want to become better, and he didn't want to be the best. So for me, I think it was a great win, and I want to make sure I congratulate the team, right? Like, we don't want to be no motherfucking haters, but nah, bro, I ain't finna be no whole-ass motherfucker neither. Nah, Mario didn't do a good job. He did an okay, and then he did a horrible job at the end, and I think that play calling, that vanilla-ass play calling about the end of the game and why we got in the overtime, that was his doing. I feel like the assistant coach is scared and he's listening to him. And I'm like, nah, bro, that play calling down to his clock management, man, fuck it. That shit was an F. I ain't finna sugarcoat it. I got to say it because we won. But if we lost, we'll be singing a different fucking tune. And I'm like, it's a shame that everything else was great to borderline good. And it's like, nah, man, your decision making. So you're going to be scared and vanilla and mismanage the clock, bro. That's an F. That's an F. So call me a hater, call me what you will. You don't have elite athletes, all right? We don't have elite athletes, and we're scared to make decisive decisions. But we were at Alabama studying that program. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going for that. I'm not fucking going for that.
Listen, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I think he's just whatever it is. He just doesn't have he just don't got the balls to make the decision.
He got the balls to take the money though, right? You're gonna take them $8 million and you doing his contract. I'm gonna tell you like my grandma. You know what my grandma would say about this, right? Just as sorry as he want to be. Just as sorry. He don't want to study. He don't want to learn. He just sorry. And the other podcasts and like not all the fans, but some of them they just want to defend sorriness. What are we really talking about? A guy that listen, he should be able to take this game. He should be able to make a reel because we're gonna make a reel of committed to game planning, to having scripting, to get better at motherfucking situational goddamn football. And I'm gonna make it my business to be the best clock manager in the motherfucking business. That's that simple. I make 8 million. I got the time. I got the resources. Just being sorry. Just being sorry.
I mean, I do think other coaches with the talent that we have, let's say Brian Kelly, who's maybe not a top tier coach, but is a top coach with this talent, offense is going to be off the chain. All right, we even talk
Oh,
about
I mentioned Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops
Bob
with
Stoops.
this.
We even talked about like Rhett Lashley. You know what I'm saying? Even as an offensive mind, you give them everything else. Like offensively, they're still going to be aggressive. They're still going to, even with your backup quarterback, right? You're going to have to be more calculated in what you do. But that's why you have all the athletes around them. The play caller in the first quarter, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, finally, you got Brashard Smith lining up in the backfield. You see a couple of, you see a reverse on the first series. You see like them trying to get the ball to their athletes, and then that's it. Once that Clemson kind of sniffs out the wide receiver screen, which they threw like 40 of them, and they weren't going nowhere. They went back to the same old shotgun, one back, two. They're gonna do either a 2x2 receiver set or a 3x1 receiver set. With a tight end who ain't gonna catch the ball. I think the tight ends once again may have had a catch here or there. It wasn't nothing to where like the tight ends were an option. And it went and just got vanilla again. They're doing basically running back power right up the gut. Not even counters, not traps, not, jet sweeps, not running back toss, not toss to the wide side, short side. I mean, it was really like the same thing. Now, I would say another great grade was the offensive line. The offensive line for what they were doing, the boys was only getting like 3-4 yards a carry, but they was getting those 3-4 yards. So, the offensive line did a good job. Emory Williams didn't get hit. He is a statue, and that boy got happy feet, and he gonna stare down some receivers, but that's what you kind of expect. But
First game though, I give him that. First
but
motherfucking
this is
game.
where coaching helps the quarterback. So they did the thing that everybody knew was going to happen. They say, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly, let your playmakers. But everybody knows that's coming. Who don't know that's going to happen when you got a new quarterback? Everybody know that's going to happen. So after that, they make some couple of plays, but after that, then this is when you start mixing up. You start throwing some running back screens, running back wheel routes. You start looking for tight ends to sit in zones to get you. And they didn't go to Restrepo as much, but this is where you use some of your safety valves. You use some of those things to kind of help them out. But that's what I'm saying. The coaching, and they got Virginia next week, and Virginia is just like shit. We just went and beat North Carolina. Why do you think we ain't finna come down there and try to beat y'all? Y'all boys can't really score that much. Y'all like if you score, it's like fluke or luck or something like that. So them boys is like, well, we might be able to come down there and whoop y'all too, because y'all not playing great football right now, and coaching isn't on your side because sometimes coaching can kind of override that. Coaching ain't
What do
on
you
our
mean?
side.
Georgia Tech. It was coaching. Why
Yeah,
we went to overtime? 2 overtimes. Coaching.
coaching.
You
Yeah.
mentioned Rhett Lashley. I want to go ahead and go on the record as saying in the last 10 years, Rhett Lashley has been our best offensive mind. With no offensive line, he kept trying to run the ball up the middle, right? We didn't have the personnel to do it. We really didn't. We were getting running backs, but we have not had a great offensive line. It would have been good. Our running backs were doing that all on their own. You give Rhett Lashley this, people didn't like the hurry up offense, right? We were running a lot of offensive plays, but UM was putting points on the board. So say what you will about Manny. Manny fired staff and got Rhett Lashley. And then the other thing that he did was he turned Rhett Lashley loose. Whatever you want to do is what you want to do. We both know. We motherfucking know that Mario Cristobal is not letting them motherfucking, offensive coordinator and the defensive necessarily do what they want to do. Definitely the offensive coordinator. And I'm like, well, you don't know situational football and you don't know clock management. You only know that you want to be a running team. I get that. But our offensive coordinator has to be unleashed because I feel like he's more talented than what the fuck he's showing. And I felt like Rhett Lashley was about that, like, wheel route here. All right, I can't run no more. So now he's doing this and doing that. And I'm like, I know we can do it, but Mario wants a simple game plan. And I just feel like, once again, we're going to be, these 9 and, this 9-4 team, this 10-3 team, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it's shaping up to be. So that my point is everybody saying, give him time, giving him time. But I'm like, he's not going to give you anything he hasn't gotten you. But we're still, if anything, we talking shit, but we're just looking at it like, look, do the simple things. You don't even got to be you don't even got to be great. Get better in your clock management area and the rest of the team. Turn the offensive coordinator loose. The rest of the team will get you there. But we can't have somebody who don't know what the fuck they're doing and very strong about it. And I don't know. Like you said, he's happy to get out of there. He's celebrating, and I'm like, you just, I don't know. I ain't down there. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm happy they won. I didn't think they was gonna win because I thought he was gonna fuck the clock up, and he almost did though. So I feel like we're not crazy for thinking that.
I'm with you, man. That's all I got. That's all I got on.
That's all I
And
got.
like I said, we got a game next week against Virginia. It'll be another game at Hard Rock. And we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll have a video what to critique that game, and we'll talk about it because Virginia riding high right now. They like, you couldn't even beat these boys. We beat these boys. Fuck it, we could beat y'all too. And honestly, if we don't take their ass seriously, they did beat a very good UNC team, right? Because that UNC team beat us. So it's like, hey, and yeah, they scored way more. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. But you know what? The players played great. I'm proud of them. Great win.
Great win. We'll take it. But I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give like real critique of the coaching, real critique of the game. And a lot of people are just like, they're just happy to get a win, and they're just like Mario this, Mario that. Like, listen, like we're gonna call a duck, and it's a quack and it got wings, so it's a duck.
Come on, bro. I mean, we watch college football. We watching all these other teams, so we know good coaching. Like, bro, I mean, I'm not mad. Listen, you're gonna lose, you're gonna win. I just want my coach, bro. I need my coach to be competent. So straight up. But man, look, man, like I said, that's all we got, man. So hey,
That's all we got. But make sure, as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Should play your partners from the bottom of the map.
From the bottom of the map.
We gone.
We gone.